Greetings, hello there. How are you WordPressers? Jackson here, welcome to the channel. Nice to have you as always. So a week or two ago I started a mini-series about the missing blocks of WordPress core. Yes, blocks that kind of should be there and what we can do to overcome that limitation. So this next episode is about another block which should almost definitely be in core, and you won't find a page builder, not a single other page builder that doesn't have this block, and it is an icons block. Yep, it's not in core. Yep, you could use images, transparent PNGs or WebP images to do kind of roughly the same thing, but you'd lose the sort of ease of use that you have with SVG icons, whereby you can change the color of them on the page itself, scale them up and down without losing any resolution, and do funky stuff like put in a different color for the hover state and that kind of jazz. So let me introduce to you the fabulous and free Icon Blocks plugin, created for you by the prolific block theme guide, Mr. Nick Diogo. And I'm going to show you how to use it, set it up, the settings and stuff like that, along with some real world examples of use cases and a few more creative ones. Plus I've got a little bonus missing block for you, so stay tuned towards the end of the video for that. It's a 2-for-1 show today, so let's go. Another missing block sorted with the fabulous Icon Block plugin. Let's get busy with some icon action. Fresh install of 2024 theme. Got a few pages, coming back to those a bit later. Right, this is what we're after. The icon block. 20,000 installs. Only 5-star ratings. Need we say more? Thank you, Nick. Let's get to our dashboard and plugins. We've already got the plugin there. Let's activate it. Now I'm going to do the page editing from the editor, because I'm getting into that more and more these last couple of releases, and 6.6 brings some new action with this new pages interface here, and it really is starting to look like the future now. Let's get that page opened and let's get editing. So in our content here, I'm going to add an icon. Now we've got two options here currently. First one is we can use the icon library, the built-in icon library to WordPress. And look, there's 297. A lot of it is kind of WordPress related, you know, columns and, you know, comment content, you know, stuff like that. But some of it's very usable. So if we do a search for star, for example, we get a little empty star going on there. And there's our icon. We got icons. Let's take a look at the formatting, styling and sections. I'm going to just drop the toolbar back into the editor and look at the formatting options. We can justify things. We can add a link if we want to. We can spin it around. We can flip it horizontally. We can flip it vertically. Some funky stuff there. Onto the settings, we can give it a label so that our screen readers know what the heck it is. And set a width. And then onto the styles tab, we can change the icon color. Cool. We can add a background color. We can then give it some border action like radius, and we'll make that percentage. Make that 100%. And see, we've got kind of like classic action. Change the color to that. And we've got kind of classic icons stuff going on here. Isn't that cool? Let's get another one in. Another icon. Now you see there's this other option here, insert custom SVG code. So what that means is that if we get an icon as raw SVG code, let me show you what I mean. I'm on Icon Finder here. Cool for getting all sorts of icons and other good stuff. And it's got a great option to download the code. So if we do a search for this yes icon and we click the free, and then what I tend to do is look for the icons that are in sort of the neutral color, the black, because it's usually taking the color from the browser default color rather than it's got a color fill in it, which you can change, but it's always good to start with like the base color. So let's open that up. Yeah, you can see we can download a ping, different sizes, but we've got this SVG option here as well. We've got this option to copy the code. Let's do that. Back to our WordPress admin. Let's insert that custom code. We put that in. Now you see we've got an error saying that it's not SVG. That's because it's got this XML tag and doc type tag before it. And then you remove that and keep everything within the SVG tags, and look, we're good to go. Insert that. Let's get that justified center. Let's make it bigger. And let's change its color. And there we go. We're off to the races. Happy days. Now there is another option. If we get another icon in there. See, there's only these two options at the moment. Let's just save that as well, actually. If we go back to our admin and go to our plugins, if you have got SVG upload enabled on your website, then you can upload stuff to the media library, which is kind of handy if you want to kind of like reuse the same icons throughout the site. So you're not putting in all that inline SVG code everywhere. And there's tons of plugins that will do that. My weapon of choice is just to utilize the admin and site enhancements plugins because it's got so much other good stuff on it. Let me show you quickly. There is a video coming up on this. It's got tons of different options. I'm not going to go through them now, but one of them is SVG. Let's expand that and say administrators are allowed to upload SVGs back to our admin editor, back to our pages, back to our icons. On here now, you see we've got 3 options, and there's our third one there that's plonked in the middle, which means we can open media library. So back to our icon finder, and look, instead of copying the code, we're going to download the SVG into our folder. Back to our page, we'll open the media library, we'll just grab that SVG from our downloads, drop it in, and we've got our icon. Select that, same deal, let's make it bigger, center it, and now we can change the colors as we were doing before. Super cool. No, you'll see this setting here. I skipped over this, apply icon color to fill. Let me show you what that relates to. Back to our icons, let's do a search for alert, because I know one that definitely doesn't work. I think it's this fella here. Let's copy that code to our clipboard, back to our admin. Let's create a new icon and insert our custom code. Let's get rid of our XML declaration. It's now valid. Insert that. Let's just make it 100. Now if we change the color on this, look at what happens. It all blobs out. Now the reason is because it's applying it to the fill, and the way that this SVG is made, that we want to apply it to the path, I think. Anyway, we don't have to think, we just click a button and it starts working again. That's how you fix those SVGs. Well, let's just save that. Right, let's give you more of a real world example. Let's just delete all our icons. We'll start new with another icon. Let's go grab our star again, fresh star, put that in. We're going to create like a feature card. So after the star, we'll put a little headline. This is a great feature. And then after that, we'll have some lorem text for now. Let's get that icon a bit bigger. Maybe down a notch. Let's get that aligned to the center. Same with that fella and the same with that guy. Let's get it wrapped in a group. Select them all. Click group. Let's reduce the block spacing. Let's get some padding top and bottom. Maybe a touch more. And let us give the group a background color. And let us put a bit of radius on there. Save that. Let's have a look on the front end so we can see it in situ. And we've got a little feature box. Isn't that cool? Now, if we then add some columns before there, and we'll just have one column, and then we'll take our group and stick it in there, and then we'll just duplicate the columns. We'll just make those columns wide width. Cool. We've got our little feature boxes. Of course, you swap out the icons for the different features. You know, if you're a plumber, you have a little wrench icon or, you know, whatever it is. Right. One more little real world example. Let's delete our columns and we'll add another group and we'll make it wide width. And inside we'll add a row. And the first item in the row will be, you guessed it, an icon. Let's get our star going again. Let's just give our group a bit of padding so we can be a little less scrunched up here. Next item will be our heading, a fab feature. And then we'll have a paragraph with some text in again. Now these two here, because it's a row, obviously it's spacing them out. We just get those two and group them. There, that's better. Let's get the icon bigger. Not that big. And then on the row itself, let's get the alignment to the top. Let's get rid of the formatting bar to the top so we can see that. And then on the row itself, let's just add some margin. And there we have a feature list. But actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. Might as well do it properly. Let's sort the block spacing out in there. Take that down to nothing. Or maybe just a little bit. 10px. On the row, we'll just get the margin a bit bigger. Save that so it feels like a bit more real world. Dupe. Save. And there's our feature list with icons. Super sweet. I did mention some other examples. Have a look at this one. So this compare list Very nice. Jackson's websites versus other people's websites. Mine are blazingly fast. Everyone else's are rubbish. Fab designs and 100 blocks. You kind of get the idea. Oh, by the way, can keep that responsive. Look at that. Nice. The other really cool one I put together was having icons as the navigation on a left sidebar tutorial a couple of weeks ago. Link is in the description and a card is up there. You can kind of see what's going on here. We've got links and icon links that take us to different parts of the site. Isn't that rather groovy? And I did promise you a bonus missing block, which is one where we can also utilize the icon block plugin itself. So let's get to that one. Let's have a look at our pages. Star rating. In our page here, I'm going to go to patterns, and I've created this earlier on. Boom, star rating. Let's duplicate that. And what you can do is just change the icon to be a empty star, change that one to be a half star, and there we go. We got 3.5. Save them all up as patterns, and then you can just dump them in whenever you've got to put in a star rating on your testimonials or wherever you like. So pretty cool, huh? It was missing, but now it's been found. The very, very special icon block. Lots of fun with the icon block. Love that. Thanks, Nick, once again. Go have some fun yourself with it. And if you want some more block theming tips, tricks, and other shenanigans, here's another video for you. But until next time, I shall see you later.